L13 test. Part B. Audio 1. 1. Sarah. It was at the end of my holiday and I was going through the security gate at the airport. I had to show my passport, but when I went to get it out of my bag, it wasn't there. I took everything out of my suitcase and handbag, but it was nowhere to be seen. That's when I thought someone might have stolen it. Maybe some suspicious guys I'd seen on my way to the airport. Well, I was tearing my hair out by this point because I was sure I'd missed the flight. Then I remembered I was wearing one of those special money belts and I'd put it in there for safekeeping. The security staff were very amused, but I wasn't. 2. Hal.
I was walking home after a night out with friends. It's usually pretty safe because I live in the suburbs and nothing much happens. However, that night I saw a couple of blokes hanging around by a car. It looked as if they were going to break into it, so I shouted at them. Next thing, they looked up and started chasing me, so I ran away as fast as I could. I made it back to my flat and before going in, I checked they hadn't followed me. I was glad to see they hadn't, but I was really shaken up. In fact, I was on edge for days afterwards in case I bumped into them.
3. Melanie.
It was my sister's wedding day, and I got a lift to the wedding with my grandfather. He wasn't the best of drivers, and his driving made us all a bit nervous. We made it to the wedding venue in one piece, and it was only when he was parking that things went wrong. He couldn't have seen the wedding car behind him because he reversed straight into it. There was a fair bit of damage to the other car, but my grandfather wouldn't apologise. He just shouted at the other driver as if it was his fault. That was typical of him. I was killing myself laughing, but the other driver didn't see it that way. He looked really annoyed.
4. Raj.
One weekend, I was out walking in the park with the kids when we came across a £20 note on the floor. My son picked it up and began waving it around, delighted to have found it. However, my daughter thought she deserved it as she'd spotted it first. They didn't stop arguing about it for the rest of the walk, and it was driving me up the wall. In the end, I completely lost my temper. I tried to grab the note out of my son's hand, but it tore in half. Rather than apologising, I gave them half each and told them to stop complaining.
5. Lily.
It had been a long day in the office because my team had to deliver an important proposal. We'd been working on it for weeks and, at times, it had been overwhelming. Nevertheless, we'd managed to finish it, and I enthusiastically clicked on the icon to send it to the client. Well, what I actually did was email our proposal to one of our client's competitors. I knew our client would be disappointed because the proposal was supposed to be confidential. Although it was an accident, I was kicking myself afterwards. If I hadn't been so eager to send it, I wouldn't have mixed up the clients.